Hello guys and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. The turn is 217, the year 94 BC. We just got out of our war with the now fallen Antagonids. Rebels occupy their lands, new nations are being formed out of the wreckages, and existing nations are being given their lands for free that I was trying to fairly conquer. But letting AI cheat is how we make things fair, according to strategic game developers. Regardless, I will never stop complaining about that. But we have decided to take a bit of an inwards look. We're producing over 3 times the legacy points of our nearest competitor, Rome. As soon as the Antagonids go away within 10 turns, if they do, we will pretty much win the game, or maybe just, a little bit longer than that. We will win anyway because the Antagonids aren't accumulating points anymore. Regardless, we've taken over a lot of goddamn territory, and we need to make it more stable. We need loyalty to stop anything from revolting in all these new places we've taken over, and we need to reduce decadence in any way that we can. So, we have to do a lot of building. I've queued up a ton of ships. We're going to get the second navy up to 40. I've remembered the fact that I was making this new army. I named it the Power Rangers because I'm really just completely disorganized at this point because micromanaging all of this is kind of insane. It's a lot. It's a lot to micromanage, and I'm just not, I'm not keeping notes and lists on it because I didn't think the game would have this much micromanagement, but we're here. It is what it is. Our capital's loyalty is doing terribly due to all of these slaves coming in from the battles, the fighting, but really there's only a couple more fights and then we're good, which is good because there's not much more of this that we can squeeze into our capital right now. We have so many slaves, so many things. It's crazy. We built that Master Fletcher. We've upped our trade stuff or whatever. Boy, oh me, oh my. Hey, look, a racing track, 40 loyalty. I think we need that. There's no military things I could build here at all. That palace guard, those upgrades will really be the last things I can squeeze in here at all. Let's go for that racing track. It's going to hurt decadence quite a bit. But it's going to give me the loyalty I need to keep this crap together. We're running out of buildings to put here in general. There's a lot of food ones, a lot of health ones, I guess. Don't really know what that's worth, to be honest, but they exist. Yeah, they sure exist. And at some point, once we know what's up... Oh god, look at all these slaves. These are all slaves on food. I could just shift a whole bunch of guys down to culture. I mean, who knows? We might even be able to do that right now. I'm not sure. But we're just going to go with that racing track for now. Slave market disassembled next to the, right next to there in Konglomerat. Holy cow. Look at all the culture that would get produced if I had access to ceramics down here due to nearby locations needing it. Or I could go for the amphitheater and use that one slot available. Potentially a little more wisely. I don't know. The ceramics works is way less likely to pop up. I'm going to go for the ceramics works. It's going to give me pretty much the same thing anyway. Extra pop, warehouse done, nearby, cool theater done, nearby. This is a place where we really need some more loyalty. Sacred estate. Sounds good to me. Slotless, looks pretty good. Regional roads next to that. One slot available. Well, I guess I'll go with the monument. Increased decadence is not very nice, but it is what it is. Land expansion done next to that. 2 slots available. Well, oh, wow. Let's go for the brickwork. We could use the brickwork there. 2 slots available. Yeah, we don't need the monument there. The monuments usually, you just build them eventually anyway, but they do add to decadence, and there's not enough things to counter all the decadence building things when you're this big. Keeping a massive empire together in this game is very difficult. I don't know if I mentioned it. I pointed out that this army was here, but I started recruiting 16 regular infantry for it. We could use an army somewhere around the capital, maybe for the near future, maybe not for very long, just because a lot of loyalties here aren't doing great. But as we build loyalties, that problem will solve. Then comes the problem of decadence, which can lead to different problems, and it's all so great. It's all so great and dandy. And then being a glorious nation just makes it even stinking worse, man. Even stinking worse. If we were just normal, we would lose a 35% decadence gain, but we would lose a 35% legacy gain. So we want to maintain this if possible. So let's keep building. We got a brickwork done in Murga. We just got to build things up, you know? We just got to build things up best as we can. Build some regional roads is what we just took over. Yeah, it is. Well, we'll get those roads building. Wheelmaker done. Let's move you north. Do we still need you north? Yeah, we could. We could. Get that wheelmaker done. 2 slots available. Give me a land reclamation. Why don't you? Yeah, why not? Also put this guy on culture. Yes, please and thank you. Next to that, extra population. We have 1 free slot now as a result here at Hebei. Hebei? What do we need? I think we kind of, what we need is probably food. Give me the granary here. Move this guy to infrastructure. I'm just keeping like desertics off of here. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I'm doing. 5 turns to that, 11 turns growth. Maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense. Still, I'm building in that direction, so maybe we should move some guys over here. Yeah, it's probably smarter. Even then, it doesn't change anything, so. Extra population. Let's move up north. Granary and extra population. 4 slots available. Okay, things they generally look okay. I don't really know what we need here. Honestly, it all just looks fine. I guess a large warehouse wouldn't be terrible. We have so many slots, the extra infrastructure wouldn't be a bad thing. At the very least, it would help everything here, you know? So, preceptor house and a new population in the capital of Necratis here. We don't even have city walls? Well, then give me some city walls. I want some city walls. City walls are good. We got a furnace done to the east. We got 5 slots available here. Everything looks pretty okay from where I'm seeing it. I'm tempted to build a harbor. I've skipped over stuff like this so much at this point in the game just because we haven't really needed it. It hasn't been helpful in any way. We're not short on manpower. We do some more sailing, but the costs, I don't know what the costs are to disembark, but they've never been problematic. So I think I'll go for just, again, another large warehouse. Same region, by the way, just slotless, easy thing to build. Gymnasium, furnace, done. Cool, let's head west now. New pop, regional roads have just been built in Coeen. We have 2 slots available. We don't even have a palisade. Give me that. 1 extra pop, palisade, done. Head west, land expansion, and a new pop. 3 slots available. Basics could use a little bit of help. That they could. We could just move some guys down to infrastructure somewhat as a start. Granary or wait for M4? Nah, dude, just give me a granary. And just move more dudes down to infrastructure. That is what I'd rather have. Definitely, definitely. And I don't know how food's going to really get here in a desert, but I'll move 1 guy and move 2 more guys from food down to culture, improve the loyalty. Yeah, that looks good to me. That should be everything over here. Heading east, we have a large warehouse done in Nabatea. We have 1 slot available. 2 slots available. We got a new population, though. We have so much infrastructure here, it's actually just kind of insane for 2 slots. Jesus. I could build the M4 to just get it out of the way. Well, let's just do that. Get it out of the way. Extra population done next to that. We have 1 slot available. Our basics are doing pretty well. Maybe we need more in the realm of culture, if anything. If there's only 1 slot, I guess I'll go with the slotless monument first and foremost. That decadence isn't going to be very nice. But Sacred Estate to the north. We have 4 slots available. Some basics could use a little bit of help. They could. They could. Here, let me move you guys around. This desertic citizen should get on infrastructure instead. And I could build this slotless plantation. There'd be a loyalty penalty if I do that, actually. Not like food's lacking. Not like slots are lacking. Let's build the Orientation Tribune. Try to help that out then. Get some loyalty. We got extra population in the north in Orontes, a local capital, which has maybe a need for some things. Let's get this desertic guy onto culture. Move these guys on infrastructure. Looking pretty alright to me. You guys are worth 13. What if I moved you all onto food? It would only change things by like 1. Let's move all of you onto food and then build the Slotless Builders Guild to try to improve infrastructure. Kind of in a passive way. That sounds good to me. And we just seized all of this. I disassembled everything that looked like I should disassemble it. So, Noble District done. Nearby that, we have 4 slots available. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to get the land reclamation. That sounds pretty good. Extra population. Let's head into the Anatolia. We got a blacksmith done. 1 slot is available. It's not necessarily food we need. It's more like health, but with the M4 still being there, I'm going to go ahead and build some walls. We get 15, or wells. 15 food at the cost of 2 infrastructure. Let's go ahead and get that. Sounds good to me. Large warehouse done on Galatia, which is like a local capital. Get this deserted guy onto culture. A lot of culture is doing like really well here. Let's get a land reclamation to open up more slots. I don't care if there's no palisade, honestly. Growth here is in 22 turns. We need what slots we can accumulate. We got tons of infrastructure here, man. I just move all these guys onto food then. It doesn't matter how long things take to build. It's going to take 18, 22 turns to get another population in this whole province, man. Salt mine done to the west of that. 1 slot available in a place that does have a couple of varied needs, I would say. A couple of varied needs. The street parlor wouldn't be too bad to get some culture coming in, but I only have 1 slot with which to work with. Nothing's urgent. So let's go for the street parlor. Let's get some culture. I've been passing over street parlors for a long time. Let's go ahead and get one. 5 slots available nearby that. I think I'll go for the sewers. Just get some health, open up a slot. That seems good to me. Yeah, cost us some infrastructure though. Let's move 1 guy down to infrastructure. Just 1. North of that, we got an extra population opening up a slot in Mycia. Only 1 slot, unfortunately, but I'm going to spend it on a palisade because I think we could really use a palisade. I've already skipped over a palisade somewhere else, so let's try to be smart about this. Where do I think is going to be the capital? You know, it's actually kind of hard to say, but it would probably be the most likely to end up being Ionia out of everywhere that I own. But Rhodes is probably the most built up, to be fair. It's not going to become the capital at this rate, because, you know, this siege is going to take a while. I want a capital right now. So I'll take whatever the capital will end up being, and then we'll just build up whatever does that. They got a lot of stuff over here already. Coastal fortress, large walls, weapons manufacturing. They got everything for that to be the capital. Maybe I'll try to rebuild the capital after, if I remember. It's so hard to remember this stuff in this system when you get this large. It's so difficult. Like I mentioned in a different episode, War in the Pacific is actually easier than this. To be honest. It's also more fun. 1 slot available. Iron mine. Let's get a land expansion. Brickwork, 1 extra population, 1 slot available. Not to say this isn't fun. Otherwise, I would have just said, hey, yeah, we won. Like, probably 50 episodes ago and just called it there. I'm still doing this because I'm having fun. But a lot of the flaws of the game show in the late game. Which is what I'm trying to highlight after singing the game's praises pretty much infinitely for the first half of the playthrough. Just to get that across. We could use some food here. Actually, like food. We have tons of health. Wells would be good for that. Only 1 slot though, you know? Let's go ahead and get the wells. We'll get the wells. Wells. Alright. And then we have public works done to the south. Hey, look at this deserted guy. Put him on culture. Give me some regional roads. I want roads in the region. Please. God, we need so many basics, actually. Hold up. No, we don't need it that bad. We don't need it that bad. We need food. Hang on a second. Give me some hemp. We need some food. Agriculture. We got woodcutting done over here. This place is all kinds of messed up, dude. All kinds. We need loyalty. Too many slaves here. Give me a gambling ring. That'll make them loyal. Put them in debt. Slave market. Gotten rid of. Charcoal pile. We could use a lot of things here, and loyalty is among those things, but I'll take the public works for now, get some more infrastructure. Just Concord's about to wear off, though, so I don't really know that I need that. And the loyalty bonus from the tavern would actually be pretty good. It's hard to say. I think I'll go with the public works, though. I have dudes around in case things, you know, mess up or anything, so. A lot of building to do that we have, man. A lot. Amphora done. New population in Sarracenia. We have 1 slot available. We could use some loyalty. We could honestly use some loyalty. So a worship place would be good to give us that loyalty. Nothing else is super important. So let's just try that. Head east. We got an Orientation Tribune done there. 1 slot available. We need some loyalty. Honestly. More than we need food. And I don't know if it would come from... yeah, population. Not really at this point. So let's go ahead and just build a tavern. Try and get a little bit of loyalty there. Same thing. Thalassian Temple next to that on a capital. We need loyalty. Ooh, wow. Orientation Tribune. We'll get that for the loyalty. We need it here even more. Got an aqueduct done in Uxia. I have 3 slots available. That's a fun word to say. Uxia. Uxia. Isn't that a fun word? I think it is. What do we want? It's actually, I don't know. I don't know what we want, actually. Damn. I don't want an irrigation system because the bonus, I think, is reflected here. Like, it's not consistent if the bonuses are reflected up here or not. I've only half figured out which buildings this applies to just by experience, not by trying to memorize it. But I've only half figured it out, honestly. I might just go with the physician's house, either that or the scriptorum, because we don't need anything here. How does this affect anything? These are like 5 dudes. Yeah, when I put you all down here, it doesn't really affect anything at all. It doesn't affect a goddamn thing. Maybe I might just move you guys down there and then just build a builder's hall. Sure, let's do that. Why not? Land reclamation done to the east. 3 slots available. Boy, oh boy, do we need some loyalty. Woo! Alright, let's get this deserted guy down onto culture. Hold up. Get you here. Let's just get the 3 of you onto infrastructure. We also really need infrastructure. Wow. Yes. Maybe we, does this affect it a lot? It affects it an okay amount. Let's build infrastructure instead with the warehouse. Yeah. There's a lot of basics missing, honestly. Build infrastructure with the warehouse, and then maybe we'll, like, move these guys up. Honestly, just move you up right now. Move you up to food. You fill in for food. Get that infrastructure replaced with the warehouse. It'll be good. Large quarry done to the east on Sadagidb. 1 slot available. It's a capital. Something to keep in mind, I guess. If I moved you guys down here, is that a cool thing? I mean, it's a cool thing. I guess we got another desertic. That's 5. Cool. I like 5. That's my favorite number. Maybe 25 is, or 50. I don't know. Something with a 5. I'm not sure. And what do we want to replace it with? Maybe a brickwork. I don't know, because it's only 1 building slot. I guess I'll put a brickwork. Sure, why not? Whatever. That'll affect something. Yeah, we got other stuff building in the region. Maybe not a lot, but something. Free infrastructure. Because a wealthy citizen due to my fair rule, because it's so loyal. Postal market done to the east. I'd love a paved road. Ooh, but I'd love a paved road. I don't know if those look any different. I don't think they do. I think I have some, well, I've seen some places that have paved roads. Not a whole lot. But I think so. I don't really know what places have those. They haven't been noticeable enough for me to notice them, so I'm assuming that they don't look any different in that case. Are we missing anything? Missing this Builders Guild finished in Sophine. We got 4 slots available. And what do we want to replace? What do we want to build? Well, we don't really need anything more than maybe some infrastructure. Let's go ahead and get some wood cutting done. And then next to that, we got an extra population done. Only 1 slot available. The school sounds like a pretty good idea. Decadence reduction, culture. I'm building so many things that add decadence this turn, man. This would just be so useful. But then again, infrastructure would be as well. There's not growth for like 9 turns anyway. Just build the school. Down here, builder's hall's done. 3 slots available. We need loyalty here, dude. The gladiator's a way to get it, but it'll add some decadence. But we're going to get that loyalty because we need it. Boy, oh boy, we need it. Yeah. We need a lot of things here, actually. And that's the last thing that we kind of missed out on. Stabilizing this is going to be a pain. I don't really know like how many more buildings there are to stabilize. And when I say that, I don't mean in terms of loyalty. There's actually plenty of buildings for loyalty. I mean in terms of decadence. Our size is really problematic for decadence. That's why I just was like, all right, fuck it. We're not taking all this over. We need to just stabilize and then just try to survive. The situation's not critical, but it's definitely becoming more of a problem. I see the Garamantes have come back into existence in some of these rebelled desert lands. That's interesting. I would not begin to know what to search in the manual to find the rules for when these occupied independent lands become not occupied. So many things I've looked up in the manual just aren't there to begin with. Alright, but I turned on the allied battles just to kind of see what's going on and where it's going on, and we can see that they are attacking. I don't know how they're though. Oh, they were under siege. Some of their enemies here, and they won. I just thought I'd start keeping an eye on my allies better now that they're kind of doing stuff. I can see the Marians are attacking over here, and we can see that they got their asses beat. Yep. And there's another battle, and they've been absolutely slaughtered. But they had even more units going there, completely out of order. There used to be a way in old Age-Odd games to tell units to wait until everyone was there. I don't know why they removed that. Why did they decide that wasn't worth keeping? I don't know. But we know how this one's going. The Indian rebels were defeated now, meaning they should reclaim this, although it still shows them as there. Now we have one of our battles. 24 defending units. I don't think you guys want to watch the allies fighting. Unless it's like a critical battle. That's not really very critical. We just kind of want to know that it's happening and know the results. That's kind of important when there's so much stuff happening on the map and the borders aren't even. It's very messy. This just helps us keep track of it. We just won that, took that back. I think we had it already. It rebelled. We got it back, so that's nice. That's good, and that looks like it's the whole turn pretty much passed through. Yep, there you go. We are getting very scarily close to the red. That's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. No, 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 no. Where's Rome? They're still down here, but you know, we're dealing in the biggest numbers. Even with the age reduced, we have some problems, especially with all these very new stable nations that have become existent. We just have to hope Rome dies before we die. But we're in the gold still, it looks like. Look at that, we're almost up to 30k right there. That's pretty good. The Marines suffering lack of supply. Yeah, no surprise. A siege? This siege is done. We didn't even have to assault it, or we did assault it. No, we didn't assault it. It just surrendered. Cool, 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 cool. Because they had food here. They still have food. We don't need this here. No, we don't need that. You know, we probably want a goddamn anchorage to leave this place from. To depart from. Alright. Nomadic rebels conquered the seat of Saka. I thought you already told us that, dude. We conquered this. Okay, yeah, that's new. They have a usurer. We want to get rid of that. That's pretty good. Loyalty here is better than a lot of other things, man. Than a lot of other things. It's not amazing, but it's better than a lot of other things. We don't need the barracks. We don't need the weapons depot. We don't need any of that. We do want to stabilize all of this stuff as much as possible and build whatever we can. That would be helpful. I don't really know what would be helpful. They got under pacification and just conquered going on because of the collapse of one thing and then being conquered by me. Armenia conquered the seat of conquered Iberia, the seat of Iberia. Well, that's interesting. Nothing to do with me at the moment, but if I was going to go conquering, this would be a place to look at. Although, again, these places are not very built up, so it's not very worthwhile to, like, legacy or anything. Yeah. We do not need a mercenary recruitment center here. That is absolutely ridiculous in this place that we've taken over. We want just a lot of basics, I guess. A lot of basics. Yep, yep. What else? So, I've kind of sorted through all that. Oh, what the hell is this? Slaves conquered the seat of power of Samadia. Saramadia? Was Samadawia? Luigi. Luigi. I saw someone. Yeah, you guys and Luigi, your best friends. Well, I mean, they better be your best friend, right? Look at that. Spend money to acquire metal or manpower. For once, I would never want to, like, use manpower to get, like, metal, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's add a feast to the calendar. I'll skip that next one. It's for an emergency levy. I'm not at war. I don't know why I would need that. We saw an invasion by Medea. We crushed the invaders. That's good. Another one by the Nasamones. Repelled the invaders. Another one by the Nasamones. Repelled the invaders. Iberiae. We repelled the invaders. Hell yeah. This army did, huh? Garamadia raiding us already, of course. Repelled the invaders. Got 2 new generals. We probably finished a military thing somewhere. Yeah. That sounds about right to me. These 31 dudes, look at them. They actually started sailing out to this siege. Isn't that hysterical? Interesting, considering you were sitting still doing nothing, that pretty much that entire war, that now you would want to go help me in that siege in a place where we're starving. And I don't really need more, to be honest. I will give, I guess you get Bogud. He's a really good one, honestly. And you get Syphex. We'll do that. We're still building that thing right there. But damn, look at our money, baby. Isn't this beautiful? Diplomacy, it's looking pretty nice with anyone I would care about. Nobody would dare attack me at this point, you know? We're just at a point where nobody would dare. Yeah, we have a lot. Rome is, I think, stronger than they ever have been in terms of land power, but look at our naval power, and it's not done yet. They get a lot of money now, too. But nobody would dare mess with us, and we're just going to keep getting bigger. We kind of need to at this point, in terms of, like, land power, is what I mean. If the Antigonids never disappear from this damn map before we win, we're going to, we're going to have to get up to, like, 44k. And that is going to be something like 28 to 30 turns or so, which is really not that crazy. That's kind of like a survival run, I guess. We'll see how it goes, right? But I guess because we're not warmongering, there's shouldn't be a lot of things I have to do. I just got to check, like, hey, do we still need these guys here? Yes, we do. All of these guys are pretty much needed over here. You're just going somewhere to defend. Albania will never really have enough of anything. I am tempted. I'm so tempted to mop up some tiny little places like this guy that owns part of Pontus, or like, for example, this one that owns part of Armenia Minor, so that I can form the province. Colchis would be vital to forming that. So in some cases, I am tempted to declare wars that would be really easy to fight. Specifically, if they would be helpful to me in a way like that. You? Not you, no. Someone doesn't need to be up here, really. It's probably you. I'll move you like 7, or maybe not 7. Move you down here by like 5 steps. I'd consider taking Colchis just to form that province. It would be pretty useful. And then completing some other ones could be useful as well. Over here, we're good. We built Thracia. We're good. We're going to have everything in Creta Rhodus. There's some other ones that I don't really want to deal with because it's like I'd have to fight a pretty big, hefty force. So just kind of going to leave those alone, or like, just like a bigger war than just one guy. Like Arachosia, sure. Armenia Minor, go Colchis, yeah. Pontus, Chalabia, I don't know how to say that, sure. Atropatene, that would be pretty easy, Literally nothing around Atropatene has walls, so I'm just not gonna attack that. I don't think we need to do that right now. I'll actually send this guy 7 turns down to the one bordering it that doesn't have walls, bordering Colchis specifically. Just in case I do consider that. We got somebody else heading east, But this is not something imminent or vital by any means. Just something to consider. However, I think we have a nice full episode. Those military movements are done. We built these 16 regular infantry. I'll get the 16 heavy infantry down, and we'll pick this up on the next one. So for now, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.